Welcome to our deep dive today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to unpack an excerpt from a story called Siapa Yang Paling Bodo.
Interesting.
And now, before you just brush this off as like just another folk tale,
Right.
the title actually translates to Who is the Most Stupid?
Okay.
And it's going to take us on like quite a journey exploring, intelligence and what it really means to be wise.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what's really interesting about this story
Yeah.
is that it's set in like a very ordinary place, a
Okay.
university cafeteria,
Mm-hmm.
but it challenges some pretty like deep-seated assumptions
Oh, wow.
about intelligence and, where we find wisdom.
That's cool. So we're introduced to Nasrudin, right?
Yeah.
He seems like just like your average student finishing up his lab work,
Yeah.
grabs his lunch heads to the bustling cafeteria,
Yeah.
completely unaware that he's about to become like a catalyst
Oh.
for a major shift in perspective for a group of students.
Oh, wait.
And these aren't just any students.
Right.
These are like the high achievers.
Yeah, at the top of their class.
Yeah, we're talking about Reza, the engineering prodigy, Diana, the future doctor who graduated with honors,
Wow.
and a few others just like them.
So they think they're pretty smart.
Oh, yeah, they definitely have that air about them.
Yeah.
And so, what are these brilliant minds debating? They're actually trying to figure out who the most foolish person
Really?
on campus is.
Wow.
It almost makes you wonder, if they're like subtly trying to outdo each other,
Yeah.
improving their own intelligence.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Right.
That's like the irony of the whole thing, isn't it? They're so focused on academic achievement that they've become kind of blinded to other forms of intelligence and wisdom.
Exactly. And so instead of like jumping into the debate
Right.
with, his own like fiery argument or whatever,
Yeah.
Nasrudin just casually joins the group
Mm-hmm.
with his tray of noodles and iced tea and asks them this seemingly simple question.
Okay, what's that?
Do you know the story of the blind man and the elephant?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And this approach is like really key
I think so.
to like his effectiveness.
Yeah.
He doesn't lecture
Right.
or condescend.
No.
He uses storytelling
Mm-hmm.
to kind of nudge the students
Yeah.
toward their own realizations.
I like that.
Yeah.
So he tells them the classic tale
Yes.
of the blind man encountering an elephant for the first time,
Right.
each of them touching a different part and coming up with a completely different
Oh, yeah.
interpretation of what an elephant is.
Totally different ideas.
Right. It's such a powerful analogy for how limited our individual perspectives can be
Right.
and how we often mistake our partial understanding for like the whole truth.
The absolute truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nasrudin poses this really clever question to the group.
Oh, what's that?
He says, who is the most foolish among the blind men?
Wow. I love how he just like throws this back at the students.
I know, right.
Forcing them to confront their own biases.
Forcing them to think critically.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kevin, the economics student,
Yeah.
confidently declares that all the blind men are foolish
Oh, really?
because they can't see the real elephant.
Oh, he's still thinking that there's one right answer, one objective truth.
100%.
Yeah.
And so Nasrudin challenges that notion
Okay.
by asking, aren't we all like those blind men in some way? He suggests that we each have our own limited perspectives
Yeah.
and often mistake them for the whole truth.
I see what he's getting at.
Yeah, and this is where the story starts to like challenge the students' narrow definition of intelligence.
Okay.
Nasrudin prompts them to consider the valuable knowledge that's held by people outside the realm of academia.
Oh, wow.
Like he says, have you ever considered the wisdom of the campus gardener?
Oh, that's good.
Or the security guard who keeps thousands of students safe?
Yeah, he's expanding their understanding of
Yeah.
what constitutes intelligence.
Absolutely.
It's not just about textbooks and exams.
Not at all.
It's about real-world knowledge and experience.
And you can just sense like the students are starting to question their own assumptions.
Right.
Some of them even become defensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Diana.
Okay.
She insists that academic pursuits are a higher form of knowledge.
She's holding on tight to that belief.
She really is.
Yeah.
But instead of like directly contradicting her,
Okay.
Nasrudin gently pushes back with another thought-provoking question.
I love how he does that.
I know, it's so clever. He's like, tell that to the farmer who reads the seasons from the clouds, or the fisherman who finds his way home by the stars.
He's suggesting that intelligence manifests in many forms.
Exactly.
And we shouldn't dismiss the knowledge gained through experience and a deep connection to the world around us.
100%. And it's clear that, Nasrudin values academic knowledge,
Of course.
but he's advocating for a more inclusive understanding of intelligence.
Yes.
One that recognizes the contributions of people from all walks of life.
Absolutely. And then he delivers this line that just cuts to the core of the issue.
Oh, yeah.
He says, the most foolish is the one who thinks they are the smartest.
And that statement just like hangs in the air,
Oh, wow.
and the cafeteria falls silent. You can practically see like the gears turning in those students' heads as they grapple with like the weight of his words.
It's a powerful moment of reckoning.
It really is.
That silence is so telling. It shows that Nasrudin's words have like struck a chord.
Yeah.
They've forced these high-achieving students to confront the possibility that their pursuit of intelligence may have actually closed them off to true wisdom.
Oh, that's heavy.
It is.
And it's fascinating how, someone they might have initially dismissed as an average student has managed to completely turn their worldview upside down.
Yeah, it's amazing how a simple story and a few well-placed questions can have such a profound impact.
It really is. But it makes me wonder, what about people who genuinely lack knowledge or experience?
Right.
Where do they fit in this spectrum of wisdom and foolishness?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And one that I think gets to the heart of what this story is really about.
Yeah.
It's not about, innate intelligence or even like the amount of knowledge we possess.
Okay.
But rather our attitude towards learning.
Our attitude towards learning.
Yeah.
So as Nasrudin's gathering his tray to leave, someone from the back of the group throws out that very question.
Oh, really? What do they say?
They're like, what about people who genuinely don't know anything?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, and Nasrudin, in his characteristically insightful way, responds.
Okay.
He says, there's no one who truly knows nothing, just as there's no one who knows everything. There are only those who are still willing to learn and those who have stopped.
So it's not about being the smartest person in the room.
Right.
But about recognizing that we all have something to learn, something to teach.
And that willingness to learn.
Yeah.
To remain open to new knowledge and experiences.
Absolutely.
That truly defines wisdom.
Exactly. And he doesn't stop there.
Okay.
He adds another layer of complexity to the conversation.
What's that?
By challenging the students' preconceived notions about who holds knowledge and where it can be found.
I see.
So he points to the vegetable vendor everyone considers stupid.
Oh, wow.
And reveals that this guy speaks 3 regional dialects.
Really?
And has memorized the Quran.
That's amazing. It's like he's throwing down a gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
He's daring the students to step outside their academic bubble and recognize the wisdom that exists in the most unexpected places.
It's a powerful reminder that we shouldn't judge people based on superficial appearances or assumptions.
Yeah, we should really look deeper.
Exactly. True wisdom can be found in the most unexpected places.
And from the most unlikely sources.
I'm curious, though, does this encounter have a lasting impact on the students?
That's a great question.
Yeah, do they actually change their behavior?
Right.
And start valuing different forms of knowledge?
Well, the story suggests that the group undergoes a transformation.
Okay.
They begin to value different types of intelligence and actively seek out wisdom beyond the confines of academia.
So instead of dismissing the gardener or the security guard, they start engaging with them.
Exactly.
Recognizing that everyone has something valuable to contribute.
Yeah, they even start spending time with people they previously considered stupid.
Wow.
Realizing that everyone has a unique perspective and valuable insights to share.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they begin to see the interconnectedness of knowledge and experience.
Right.
Understanding that they can learn something from everyone they encounter.
That's a beautiful realization. It's like Nasrudin has planted a seed of curiosity and open-mindedness.
That begins to take root and flourish in this group of students.
It's amazing how one person can have such a ripple effect.
I know, it's really inspiring. What about Nasrudin himself?
Yeah.
Does he continue to guide these newfound seekers of wisdom?
Well, the story doesn't explicitly state whether he takes on a formal mentoring role.
Okay.
But it does suggest that he continues to frequent the cafeteria, sharing his unique brand of wisdom and prompting others to reconsider their own understanding of intelligence and knowledge.
So he becomes this like enigmatic figure.
Yeah, almost like a silent guide.
The catalyst for change.
Yeah.
Who subtly nudges people towards a more enlightened perspective without forcing his views upon them.
Yeah, I really like his approach.
Me too. It's really fascinating.
He doesn't preach or lecture.
Oh.
He just uses storytelling, gentle questioning,
Yeah.
thought-provoking statements to stimulate critical thinking and self-reflection.
It's almost a Socratic method of guiding people toward their own realizations.
It's clear.
It's clear that Nasrudin's impact extends far beyond this one group of students.
Absolutely.
It's like he sparks a ripple effect of enlightenment that spreads throughout the entire cafeteria community.
That's beautiful. It's a reminder that we all have the potential to be Nasrudins in our own way.
Yeah.
To challenge assumptions, spark curiosity, and encourage a more inclusive understanding of intelligence.
I love that we don't need to be scholars or experts to share wisdom.
Exactly.
We simply need to be open to learning from others.
Yes.
And willing to share our own experiences and insights.
That's the key.
This story raises so many important questions about how we define intelligence and value knowledge.
It really does.
It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of academic achievement or professional success.
Right.
But we often overlook the wisdom that exists in our everyday lives.
I agree.
Yeah, it makes you wonder where we might be limiting ourselves,
Yeah.
in our own pursuit of knowledge. Are we too quick to judge who's smart and who's not, based on these conventional standards?
Yeah, it's easy to fall into that trap, especially in a society that often equates intelligence with, academic degrees, job titles.
Exactly.
This story really serves as a powerful reminder that wisdom can be found in the most unexpected places.
Absolutely.
And that true intelligence lies in recognizing the value of diverse perspectives and experiences.
One thing I find so fascinating about this whole story is that Nasrudin never actually explicitly teaches or preaches.
Yeah.
He kind of guides the students towards their own realizations through those thought-provoking questions and subtle insights.
He's very clever.
Yeah. Do you think that approach is more effective than traditional methods of teaching?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
I think Nasrudin's approach is very much in line with the Socratic method, which emphasizes dialogue and self-discovery.
Yeah.
By asking questions instead of just providing answers.
Right.
He encourages the students to think critically, examine their own beliefs and assumptions.
And that can be far more impactful.
Absolutely.
Than, just lecturing at them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like he's planting these seeds of curiosity and critical thinking that'll continue to grow long after their encounter.
Right. And it also highlights the importance of humility.
Oh, for sure.
In the learning process.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Nasrudin never presents himself as some kind of authority figure or claims to have all the answers.
No.
He approaches the conversation with a sense of humility.
Okay.
Acknowledging that he too is a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
And this openness to learning from others, regardless of, their background, social standing, is a key element of his wisdom.
This whole story has really made me think about my own definition of wisdom and where I might be overlooking valuable insights in my own life.
Yeah.
I think we all have those Nasrudin figures around us.
I think so too.
People who challenge our perspectives and offer, unexpected wisdom.
Yeah, maybe it's the barista who remembers your usual order and brightens your day with a kind word.
Yeah, or the elderly neighbor who shares stories of their life experiences.
Yeah, or even a child who asks those simple yet profound questions that make you see the world in a new light.
So as we wrap up our deep dive
Yeah.
into this thought-provoking story,
Mhm.
we want to leave you with a challenge.
Okay.
Who are the Nasrudins in your life?
Yeah.
Where do you find those unexpected sources of wisdom and insight?
Remember, wisdom isn't confined to classrooms or textbooks.
Right.
It's all around us,
Say-
waiting to be discovered by those who are open to receiving it.
That's a beautiful thought.
So embrace curiosity, cultivate humility, and never stop learning,
Yeah.
no matter where your journey takes you.
This has been a fascinating exploration of intelligence, wisdom, and the importance of lifelong learning. We hope this deep dive has inspired you to look beyond the surface and discover the hidden gems of wisdom that surround you every day.